Hi everybody. Hi everybody. In this video I want to talk a little bit about some of the basic changes Blizzard is making to the interface and to how you set up your character. In this particular case, I'm going to show you using a pre-constructed level 85 Pandaran Monk. This is of course the beta, so you can just create a templated character here, and I'm in the Valley of the Four Winds. This is not the starting area. Jade Forest will be for the Alliance. However, it's under construction at the moment. So for those of you who are in the beta, you probably already know that. For those of you who are not, they're doing a lot of work. This is why I'm just going to show you some basic things here instead of getting into the in-depth details of the quests that may or may not be changed at a later date. Okay, so this is my Pandaran Monk. This is just how he looks when we have a templated character. But what I really want to show you, the point of this here, is I want to show you the specializations and talents have changed. So this is the new, I'm not going to call it a talent tree because it's no longer a tree, but that's basically what it is, or what it used to be. And so what you're going to end up doing is you're going to choose one of the three basic specializations. In the case of the Monk, the Brewmaster is a tank, Mistweaver is a healer, and Windwalker is damage dealer. This particular character I've chosen Brewmaster. So the basic abilities that then you gain access to are Blackout Kick, Dizzying Haze, Breath of Fire, and Guard. But where it gets really interesting is when you jump into the talent breakdown. Whereas before you ended up with dozens of talents, and you had to choose which ones you wanted based on the specific tree. It is now much simpler, and some people like it, some people don't. I think there'll probably be a lot of changes made to this, just for the sake of balance, especially in PvP, which they haven't really started testing too much yet. So we'll see exactly how it turns out, but they do seem very dedicated to this concept of having 6 basic levels, new talents every 15 levels, and basically you just get 6. You know, you don't get to choose all of them. You get to choose one per level here. So let's just show you what would happen when I choose one. So this one will increase how often I can use Roll and Chi Torpedo. This will clear the target of all immobilizing and movement impairing effects. And this last one here will increase movement speed. I like being able to do things more often, so we're going to do Celerity. And then as you see now, this tier has been locked out. So I just got to pick the one ability. You can always remove it. You don't have to go back to a talent trainer to remove these and move these around. You do, however, need to go to a trainer if you want to switch which of specialization you have. So if you decide you would like to be a damage dealer instead of a Brewmaster, you're going to need to go back and do that there. Keep in mind, however, that there are secondary talents available. If you purchase this, then you can have 2 separate talent builds. So if we activate the secondary spec, I can choose Windwalker as a damage dealer. Alright. And then just whichever one is active. See, this is no longer active. So if I clicked activate, it would then activate this, and it would put all of the abilities that go with it down here. Back to talents. We'll move, we're actually on this one now. Go ahead and learn Celerity again. And then you're just going to go down, you're going to choose various ones. I'm just going to pick some at random. And you probably want to spend a little more time going through them all. Alright, so then I have my 5 talents. And once I reach level 90, I will be allowed to pick one more. Now when you remove a talent, so in this case, say I decide I don't want Celerity anymore, I want Tiger's Lust instead, You right-click it. It asks you if you want to remove it. It does cost 1 Tome of the Clear Mind. The cost of those has changed a little bit back and forth. We don't know exactly what it'll be or whether they'll be found items later, but presumably they won't be too hard to get. And whether or not you start with any or not, I'm not entirely sure yet. So just pick that. But it does make it possible you can change your talents on the fly, basically decide what you want to use, when you want to use it. You have 2 different builds. It's a lot more similar. For those of you who played Diablo 3, it's a lot similar to that now. So you could, kill mobs for 2 or 3 hours in a dungeon, and then when you go up against the boss, switch out to a second talent build, and even adjust your talents as necessary to reflect how you're going to attack that character, that particular boss. So, again, this is very different than what people are used to, so there's going to be some pushback on it. But in terms of flexibility, it does offer a lot more flexibility than some of the earlier talent builds did. And if nothing else, it's significantly less complicated, which is, of course, what Blizzard is going for, is to make it more newbie-friendly. But at the same time, like a lot of things in Blizzard games, it is newbie-friendly, but the more you learn about it, the more you use it, the better it will become. Alright, and so then we have glyphs. As you can see, glyphs are... there are some universal glyphs, but there are also some talent build specific glyphs. See if I can find any that match our particular build. Windwalker here. Doesn't appear that these are active at the moment, but they will be later. And it's just, the same basic idea that you're used to. So that is, at a quick glance, how the specializations and talents are going to work in Mists of Pandaria. Again, anything can change. Blizzard might decide that they want you to earn more of these things or to make it harder to change. Heck, they might even give you a 3rd specialization so you never really need to change. Keep an eye on it. Don't assume any of this will be in the final version, but this is looking like a very, very close to complete version of the game, so I wouldn't be surprised if it does end up looking a lot like this with a few tweaks, especially when they start doing some more testing for PvP and whatnot. So enjoy, and if you're in the beta, have fun playing with your talents and seeing what works. And if you're not, hopefully the game will be out soon. Alright.